Alright, so I wanted to make a video talking about the potential of Gears of War going to PlayStation and not just playing it on PC and Xbox, but also the PS5. And just from the looks of it, we're probably not going to get any ports for both PS4 and PS5, and most likely a PS5 exclusive. Now, yes, it is PlayStation, but it's a specific form of the PlayStation, that being the newest one, and not the PS4 Pro or the PS4 Portal. Because at this point, if you legit spend money trying to get the PlayStation Portal, you might as well end up saving up money to get either the PS5 or the PS5 Slim. So right after that perfect chef's kiss S tier Xbox showcase that was shown on June of last year, which I will admit as a PlayStation user myself, even though I let my curiosity take over the window, it was a really good Xbox showcase. Although to be fair, it was my first time watching one, and I honestly didn't think that Microsoft would have that much game to pour it out on this one showcase that they nailed really well. There's been a lot of speculation of whether or not Gears of War, whether E-Day or the whole franchise itself is going to be ported to PlayStation. Now, there is an article that talks about it from July of last year, and come to think of it, there was a lot of people, not just some content creators that are in tune with the Microsoft business update that they've been talking about this multi-platform shift, but also I've been wondering whether or not Microsoft is going to put Gears of War on the PlayStation, and including some other iconic exclusives from Xbox that could potentially go to PlayStation. But with the words of Phil Spencer saying that there are no red lines of thou must not go ported to the PlayStation, it's really a highlight and a green lit that any Xbox can go to PlayStation. Even though we should take this as a grain of salt, but being said from the words of Phil Spencer, it is more likely than a theory or a prediction or assumption when the evidence is being given from the man itself. Now, with this being published back in July 17 of 2024, it says Gears of War 6 or Gears of War E-Day, PlayStation 5 release teased in job listing. This is gearing up to be huge news. A cheesy pun, but sure, why not? It says it looks like there may be a chance that one of Xbox's most popular franchises, Gears of War, might be headed to PlayStation 5, believe it or not. Gears of War E-Day was announced during Xbox's Game Showcase last June, and while it did not show any actual gameplay in its reveal, it was enough for fans of the series to get hyped in a big way. Much like my brothers are fooling around. Much like 2013's Gears of War Judgment, this news entry will also be a prequel, but it will take the series much further back. As with it being a sequel, technically it's not Gears 6, because if you throw in Judgment and the other 2020 prequel, Gears Tactics, it makes Gears of War E-Day the 8th entry in the series. And no, I'm not counting the 2015 remaster of the original game or that flop mobile title, Gears Pop. I did not know this. This is new to me. Emergence begins. Experience the brutal horror of Emergence Day, or short for E-Day, through the eyes of Marcus Phoenix in the origin story of one of gaming's most acclaimed sagas. Reads the description of Gears of War E-Day. Quote, 14 years before Gears of War, war heroes Marcus Phoenix and Dom Santiago return home to face a new nightmare, the Locust Horde. These subterranean monsters, grotesque and relentless, erupt from below, laying siege on humanity itself. Built from the ground up with Unreal Engine 5, Gears of War E-Day delivers unprecedented graphical fidelity. At the time of its reveal, this prequel was announced for PC and Xbox Series X/S, but a recent job listing suggests that it might also be headed to PlayStation 5. As discovered by Twitter user Nib or NIB, a listing posted on the Microsoft jobs page is for a position at the current developer, the Coalition, or the Coalition, Jesus. Alright, so Nib95 says, well, Microsoft has a job listing for a senior online client engineer for the new Gears of War E-Day game, pointing to a potential hashtag PS5 release, asking for experience with Xbox Live, PSN, Steam, or other online gaming platforms. A similar job listing for Gears from 8 years ago. Alright, so this one is the newest version of the job application working for Coalition, and as you can see in red, it says experience with Xbox Live, PSN, or Steam. Now, this is an application from 8 years ago, and if you can see in the bottom, it says in red, experience with Xbox Live, Xbox One/360, PC, networking A+. So it really, it's giving, okay? And they're not even hiding it. And if you guys don't know what PSN stands for, PSN is short for PlayStation Network. So this is basically not even hinting. Like there's no Blues Clues that needs to be investigated. Like we don't need to do a whole. I was about to say James Bond. Oh my God, what's that British guy's name? Sherlock Holmes. Okay, we don't have to pull the whole Sherlock Holmes on this one. When the answer is being given to us directly, it is most likely, and there's nothing to hide it. Gears of War, E-Day is coming to PlayStation 5. Now let me remind you that this article is from July 17, 2024. So count that: September, November, December. Did I miss a month? July, August, September, October, November, December, January. It's been 6 months, well, almost 6 months since this article was posted, and the Xbox Developer Direct is around the corner. All right, we're most likely going to be getting a PlayStation State of Play this month or February. But at this point, I don't know when is it going to be broadcasted. Again, I'm not a leaker. In fact, I'm too stupid to try and leak anything. I mean, technically, the Party Animals PlayStation Port like store page is technically a leak. But I mean, I searched it up on the PlayStation Store page, so I don't really think it's a leak. Is it a leak? I don't know. I'm not that fond, or I don't know the words that well when it comes to with using the term leak. I mean, when I hear the word leak, I'm thinking like, oh, somebody like went through like confidential data of such and such, and they found out about X, Y, and Z. But for this one, I just searched up Party Animals on the PlayStation Store page. I know it sounds stupid, but can somebody correct me if I did leak a Party Animals PlayStation Store page? If not, then but if yes, then I guess that made me count as a leaker. Listen, I'm not smart enough to talk about these things. I'm just gonna end the video right here. The whole video was supposed to be talking about the potential of Gears of War going to PlayStation 5, and I'm rambling if I'm smart enough to leak anything that's gaming related. So with all that being said, I'll be seeing you guys later. This is a pretty short video that I wanted to make in regards of Gears of War going to PlayStation. I'm gonna be talking about some other things besides gaming related. This whole thing has been talked about. Xbox just as of late. I mean, that's what's really like on the news feed. I mean, I'm gonna back to my regular commentary topics, but for now, with the Xbox Developer Direct around the corner and the PlayStation State of Play that's gonna have an announcement maybe later this month. I don't know. I say maybe. Don't take my word. I'm just saying maybe because it happened last year. We might get one this year, but again, who knows? With all that being said, I'll be seeing you all later. Let me know what you guys think about the news of Gears of War going to PlayStation. I'll be seeing you all later. This is Wolf Gray. Peace. And man, that's just like another step closer of Ori going to PlayStation.